In the heart of ancient Egypt, over 4,500 years ago, one of humanity's greatest wonders was built, the Great Pyramids of Giza. The pyramids were not just tombs. They were monuments of power, faith, and eternity. Pharaoh Khufu, also known as Cheops, ordered the construction of the largest pyramid ever built. His goal was to create a staircase to the heavens, ensuring his soul would live forever among the gods. But how do you begin such a colossal task? First, the stone. Most blocks came from nearby quarries, carved from limestone. For the inner chambers, workers used granite hauled from Aswan, hundreds of kilometers away. Imagine dragging stones weighing up to 80 tons across the desert. Ingeniously, workers discovered that pouring water on the sand made sleds easier to drag. A simple trick that turned the impossible into the achievable. Who built the pyramids? Not slaves, as once thought, but skilled laborers. They were farmers, masons, and craftsmen, ordinary Egyptians who worked on the pyramids during the Nile's flood season when fields were underwater. At the peak of construction, it is believed that 20,000 to 30,000 workers labored here. They were well fed with bread, beer, and meat, kept strong to complete their monumental task. One of history's greatest engineering mysteries is, how were the massive stones lifted so high? The answer lies in ramps. Straight ramps, zigzagging ramps, or circular ramps around the pyramid. Historians still debate which was used. Regardless of the exact method, ramps gave workers the leverage needed to drag blocks higher and higher, layer upon layer, until the pyramid reached the sky. Every block had to fit perfectly. Even the slightest error could weaken the structure. Workers used copper tools, wooden mallets, and ropes to align each stone. Despite limited technology, the precision of the pyramids remains astonishing. The Great Pyramid's base is almost a perfect square, accurate to within just a few centimeters. Layer by layer, the pyramid rose from the desert floor. The pyramid wasn't solid. Inside lay passageways, chambers, and hidden shafts. The most famous is the King's Chamber, built with massive granite blocks. Some weighed as much as 80 tons and were transported from Aswan. How such heavy stones were raised inside remains a mystery. Perhaps they built internal ramps, perhaps they used counterweights. Whatever the method, the achievement remains unmatched. When completed, the pyramid didn't look like a rough staircase of stone. It shone, covered in polished white limestone. It gleamed under the Egyptian sun, visible for miles across the desert. Some say it glowed like a jewel of light. It took around 20 years to complete the Great Pyramid of Khufu. For over 3,800 years, it was the tallest human-made structure on Earth. Even today, with all our machines and technology, we still marvel at the ingenuity of those ancient builders. The Great Pyramid is not just stone stacked in the sand. It is a story of human determination, creativity, and the eternal desire to reach the heavens. So next time you gaze upon the pyramids of Giza, remember the thousands of hands that shaped each stone. Each block tells a story, and together, they build one of the greatest wonders the world has ever seen.